How's it, fellow adventurers? I'm Stefanton and welcome back to Atomcraft. Today's goal is to get some electrolysis as well as solar panels and some sensors and switches and so on and so forth, as I want to make a furnace with electrolysis that is around about 8,000 Celsius. So what we need to unlock them is quite simple. We need copper, which we already have. We need zinc and silicon. This is for the copper wire. We're going to look at the heat-resistant wire and a switch. And then we need the laser pixels, which is ruby, got the copper, and germanium. This is for the solar panels. And the electrodes? Yes. Okay, cool. So I set up the pin over here just for now for the laser pixels. That will be the ruby. The ruby can be the ruby you can get through the ruby deposit, and the germanium you can get through mining sapphirite. And the sapphirite deposit is just mined pretty much right here. So, not difficult. Ruby deposits I don't see around here yet, but I have highlighted the sapphirite deposit, which will then make it blinky blink in the real world. And then this Pyrolusite we need for just having this faster gears and that, but we can do that in the future when we have time. So, first of all, let us get our stuff rolling. We need to head down to the right side where our mine is, ruby, I don't know exactly how possible it is, but you can get it through bridgemanite, ruby deposits, and ruby crystals. We will be able to see it, obviously, when we get there, and I've gone too far. So, thank you so much for all the support in this episode, this series. It is amazing. If there's any other games in this environment, please let me know, and I will continue with them as well. I'm looking at starting oxygen not included as well. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. So, because we've highlighted sapphirite in our pin, it shows over here with these blinky little purple stars, and it's just gonna help us get a bunch of these. So let's go around, collect a bunch of it. As you can see, there is more, and I will go around and get more and some coal and all of that. Cool. So just by mining the sapphirite deposit, we got 49 germanium, which is cool. We only need 16. That is perfect. I'm going to clean up all this mercury for the future, and then we need to get to the ruby itself. The ruby is okay. We can go here, and you will see I have not unlocked an area where we can get the ruby. So I need to go around and go and look for it. Then the Pyrolusite is just around here. So I'm going to go and get some of that as well, because we need it for this one. And I would like to get the backpack level 2 soon, because as you can see, we are at 89%. And yeah, backpack level 2 will be amazing, but aluminium is quite difficult for me currently, because I need to build a proper setup to mix the aluminium, to mix the alumina and carbon to get that sorted. I only have a small little build that we did in the beginning, in the last episode. So yeah, it can work. Pentlandite is not what we need. Sulfur, okay, cool, bananas. Because I am currently using this for clay, which is awesome. And this I'm using for the alumina and the carbon. So yeah, let's just check. Also aluminum. So if we go and we go carbon, that's alumina. So, oops. I don't have a lot of it. I've got 38. Yeah, it's okay. Let's just check. So this heats up to 1300 degrees. If you look at it needs to heat up to 2027. That's definitely not enough. So that's why I can't make aluminium so easily. Sapphirite, a bunch of it. And the sapphirite we can make what with? Sapphirite, right click over here, and it just shows us we can make zinc oxide, amazing. Sulfur dioxide gas, we've got 1,888 in our ship, damn. And then the deposit obviously is also zinc oxide and the gas at 577 degrees. That's actually not bad at all. I want to get rid of some of this gravel, lead, sapphire. Okay, cool. I need to just empty out as much as possible, and then we will just come and grab whatever we need when we are need it for building. So yeah, gold we will need in the future. Gold we will need to build stuff in the areas, well, in the place with the stuff that we want to build. So yeah, iron I'm gonna keep. Molten alumina, yeah, let's just pop that. All these molten stuff is just bonkers. Ceramic is okay. Carbon dioxide, carbon we need. Copper, the rust is okay. Water, alumina, sulfuric acid we're gonna need. Indium, molten cobalt. We don't need cobalt now if I remember correctly. I just want to set up for weight so that we can see ectoplasm. Definitely not now. Okay, cool. So I just need to clean up. Match filter I'm gonna keep. Glycerin, molten dirt we don't have much of, so let's clean out the dirt for now. Methane, aluminium, thallium, chromium, blender we need, cobalt, steel, topaz, sulfur. Damn, we've got so much stuff on us. Ammonium chloride, mercury, gallium. Let's keep, okay. We've got 18%. Okay, cool bananas. Now we need to go and look for that damn... Well, I'm going to go to the bottom, get that pyrolusite as well. And then I need to explore around to get that damn ruby. It's not that difficult to get. Topaz is quite easy. When we are here at the bottom, I'll quickly show you. Topaz, you can quite easily get it. Okay, let's just mine this. Topaz is in little geors around this area. It's hidden in a different level drill hardness. So for example, if I hover here, you can see hardness 2. This is hardness 7. So I can't mine that. So usually topaz is around here inside, like over there. So if I mine, there we go. We've got topaz 33. Fantastic. So that's why I need to go around and try and mine ruby out like this. Like that. So we're getting copper as well, which is amazing, and then topaz. But yeah, the goal is to get the heat, like the almost 8,000 heat up here, so that we can actually get a stronger drill, because we need this. It's not that difficult to get with what we currently have, but mixing the vanadium carbide and the molten steel is a tiny bit of a mission. And you guys said I need to look at getting the blender gun. So this will help us automate, well, manually get blending the molten steel and that. So I think that's going to be a great idea as well. And strontium is strontium oxide with carbon, and it will easy. Strontium oxide is celestine. We've got 225. If we heat it up by 1,000, okay, that's not so difficult, to be honest. Red slime, okay, cool beans. I don't know really what the slime stuff is for right now, so I'm gonna just leave it alone. We can always get a lot of slime. Of course, there's a lot of slimes that actually spawn in the air, in the world. So yeah, let me go around, continue collecting this pyrolusite, and then look for ruby. And boom, not far away, we've got 35 ruby here, and we need 16, so that's not bad. We can grab the ruby here, and I can just continue going left and right until we find ruby. So I'm gonna mine this way. Maybe we are lucky to get more ruby here, but yeah, we can unlock the laser pixels. The laser pixels will then give us the electrodes that we need, that is carbon and nickel, and then we need the solar panels, which is silicon, glass and copper. Glass we can get from melting sand. Silicon we can get from molten silica and carbon. We've got 201, a bunch of carbon. Okay, cool. That's not so difficult, to be honest. And that's what we need. The plasma gun helps Krypton. Superman must... Okay, whatever. Plasma gun helps melt stuff as you shoot it. The gun is just probably to kill enemies. Ruby laser and that. Okay, so yeah, we literally just need electrodes and solar panels. And then we need to get this guy. So that is going to be the zinc and the silicon. So we anyway need to make silicon, and that's what we can do on top. Zinc is iron and aqueous zinc sulfate, carbon monoxide and zinc oxide, and that will make zinc. And okay, zinc oxide and carbon we can do as well. Zinc oxide I think we've got in the ship. We've got okay, spallitite will make zinc. Okay, cool. Do we have... Yeah, we've got a bunch of it. Perfect. Let me go to the right, explore this 3 blocks and see if there's maybe more ruby. If we find that ruby girl, then we are good. But currently, nah, it doesn't look good. Let's just kill the slimes, because if I don't kill them, they're gonna kill me. Nothing there. Okay, cool beans. Like I said, I'm gonna leave this slime now. I'll come back for coal if we need, and then we continue from there. And no ruby in here. Cool. Let's go all the way to our shaft over here, and then we can start making the other things, which is zinc and silicon. We need to check our backpack again. Damn. So what we need is, with the zinc, we need zinc oxide that's mixed with carbon at the... Yeah, zinc oxide is ferritite at 577. That's easy. We can do it over here. And that's going to give us the zinc oxide that we need. Then zinc is... Why is it continuing? Stop that, dude. Stop that. There we go. Zinc oxide, yes, Fahrenheit 577, and then we need to use the zinc oxide with carbon at 977 to make zinc and carbon monoxide, and we can do it there because we've got 1300, so that's perfect. With silicon, we need the molten silica and carbon at 1400. Maybe we're lucky. Yo, we cutting it quite close. Maybe around here it should be fine. Okay, cool. So like I said, that is molten silica. Silica, perfect. Grab all of it, and we've got 1 silicon. Fantastic. So let's check. That is again copper. We've got so much copper, don't we? We should be able to have a bunch of copper. In ship 227 as well. I'm going to grab the copper as well so that we don't have to come up and down. Cool beans. So what we need to do now is, first of all, clean up this over here. I should have grabbed the... Okay, so let's just clean up nicely. Then we need the carbon. We need the... No, we don't need the charcoal, so that's cool. Let's grab the zinc. That's not what it does. We need to grab the ferritite, SPH. Okay, cool. Then that is going to make it 577 into zinc oxide. The zinc oxide mixed with carbon at 9. Okay, cool. So we just pop this in here. It's quickly going to make zinc oxide. That's what we need. And molten zinc. Okay. Now we've got zinc over here, and we can pop it into our ship there. But yeah, no. Because I can pop it here, and it's going to turn into zinc as well. Okay, cool beans. Let's just do that. Then we've got enough. And then I'm going to fill up that. Cool bananas. Now we need... I just used the zinc that we need. Oh, you silly beaver. Not really, no. Yeah, we've got enough. But let's just make more of this because we need a bunch more zinc oxide. Doesn't really do much for us, hey? And let's just grab that. Okay, cool bananas. I'm not going to care much about that. We've got the zinc and zinc oxide. Silicon is the molten silica with carbon. So over here, we just go molten silica. And what you do is you just right click here and it will go to your inventory directly. So what I said is 1400. That's going to be a tiny bit of a mission. Molten silica and all of that. I want to get this blender gun as well, because this is going to help us with this process here. Because I don't really have proper buildings to actually help with the mixing of stuff. We can get the blueprint and build stuff from the Steam workshop, but nah. Zinc oxide. Okay, cool. So we need molten silica and carbon. That's going to be over there. So I just want to move these puppies closer. And it is a 1:2 ratio. So let's pop that down. It shouldn't make glass. I don't want to make glass. No! Molten silica. Oh, man. That's not what I wanted. And I don't have any more of this. Yeah, see, output, it goes into those. This is just bonkers. And I don't want water. Ay, ay, ay. Or we can make molten silica from heating glass by 1527. Does that make sense? Yeah, because we can then do sand to make glass. Is that correct? Calcium silica. Sand and water makes dirt. That makes sense. Molten silica and carbon makes molten silica. Molten silica and molten silicon. Yeah, that's what I want, but I need to get this puppy again. So glass at 15. Yeah, there's the silicon. So let us just grab the glass. Where would that would be? Here. If I pop that down here. Yeah, that should turn into molten silica, shouldn't it? I should just heat it up a whole bunch more. So maybe we build a little thingy for the charcoal. Because, or I can do coal as well. I don't have, yeah, I do. Not a lot, but I've got on me. So yeah, glass ain't gonna do much at... See, it is that. It is at 16k. We've got molten silica over there. So I can just get it from against the heat there. Okay, let me just... carbon? That's the issue, is... I need to then do that. Pop carbon on top of that there. And then molten silica. There we go. We got something. Where is my silicon then? I've got some silicon around here. Okay. So I just quickly made a very easy forge thingy. And like I said, I need to make molten silica at 1500 Celsius. So let's rather use the coal because it's going to be easier to sort out. Then we need to pop the glass there, light this coal up, and just all of this just to get a thingy that makes a whole bunch more heat. See, there we go, molten silica. So much easier if you use the right stuff, hey love? So what I'm going to do then is pop down the coal. And then grab the glass. There we go. Molten silicon. That's fine. That's right there. Molten silica. Let's pop down more carbon. Okay. And Bob's your uncle. That's still hot. So let's grab the molten silicon. Chuck it here. It's going to... There we go. Woohoo! Grab that. And sweetness. With this, we need a heat-resistant sensor. No, we need the heat-resistant wire. I don't have boron. Boron is boron oxide with magnesium liquid. Boron oxide is boric acid. And boric acid is borax, hydrofluoric acid, and water. Not bad. We don't have a lot of hydrofluoric acid in that, so it's okay. So what I'm going to do then is, we've got all of that sorted. I would like to get this guy as well. I don't have a lot of aluminium. Yeah, we've got 38. And yeah, it was a mission to do a test round with this because we need it for Yar as well. Is it vanadium and carbon? Carbon needs something dioxide. So yeah, aluminium and vanadium dioxide, or carbon and vanadium dioxide, which is vanadium pentoxide with carbon, and pentoxide is vandanite. Whew. That's complicated as heck. Strontium, I can then heat this up. So I need the celestite, which isn't that celestite right there. Pop it in here. It's going to make us strontium oxide, and that's exactly what I want. Right, just, oh no, I didn't want to do that. Just that one. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, cool. Then I can grab... Yeah, because we need... What was it I was trying to do? Ah, there. Strontium, that is then the strontium oxide with carbon. That's also easy. Okay, so strontium oxide with carbon. And we just grab the oxide. Yeah, that should be good. Got enough. Wait, hopefully. We need 100. I've got... shucks. Yeah. Well, we got strontium at least. Can I turn that into oxide? No. Okay, well, it is what it is. We need more oxide, so that's going to have to wait. Even though I don't want to, but okay. So, next up, we need to start building the heater. Are we going to build it over... Yeah, see, there's not a lot of space, and I would like some space for it. So, yeah. Let's go over here. That's going to stay there for now. Let's clean up this area so that we've got space for our ultra electrolysis heater. Well, forge. Clean up our inventory again because I like to... Okay, cool. What I want to do then is build a cube like this. We clean up the bottom. Clean up the top. Pick up the clay that we dropped. Okay, because what's going to happen is we're going to use water to make the hydrogen gas. The hydrogen gas is then going to turn into very hot heat. I'm putting a hole over there because we want to grab a what's it called? Where are you? Igniter, which we need nickel for. I'll go to my ship and sort everything out. So we need an igniter, nickel and carbon. And then we need some wire. Where's the well, we need electrodes, so that's more nickel and carbon. Solar panels, we've got, well, we made so much glass, so we can make 25. Let's make 16, that should be fine. Electrodes, we need to wait, and then I need copper wire. I can make a bunch of it, so I'm just going to make 64. We can make heat. No, we need boron. I don't have boron. We can make zinc. I don't know if these copper, zinc, aluminium, silver, and gold does different heat. I don't know. Sensor sends a signal when in contact with a non-static pixel. Now that's cool. I need 2 switches. I'm just making what I need now. We can always make more. So let's go and grab nickel in that as well. We just need, I want to technology. There we go. We don't need blender. Cool. So we've got this stuff here. Let's go and grab the nickel and get those stuff sorted. See, that's why I like to be close to the ship, because I know we need stuff the whole damn time. Nickel. Oh, we've got more than enough. Thank goodness. If I had to go and search for nickel now, I'm going to have to search the recipe again. So back here, let us go to this guy. Igniter, just 1 should be fine. What else did we need nickel for? Was it for the electrodes? That's too much. 16 should be suffice for now. So what we do is we grab copper wire, we grab the switch, solar panels, and electrodes. Let's start at the bottom first. So what we do then is grab the electrodes, set it to this, and let's be 2 spaces apart. I want to see. Oh, perfect. Then we put down the copper wire right there. Pop down a switch. And then another copper wire. Just a normal line, buddy. Another, oops. Come on, boy. Another copper wire like that. Grab the clay. Close off this hole there. Then solar panels. This is inspired by another YouTuber. It's something, so feel free to go and check them out as well. Let's grab so much. No. Cool. This copper wire I'm also going to pop here. Cause, yeah, we need it. Another switch over there. Solar panels. Do we have more? Yeah, we've got more. At the end of the day, you want as many solar panels as possible. I just wish there was something like a battery. We don't have a battery. Yeah, biscuit batter. So, yeah, this only works at night, unfortunately. Solar panels, we pop it down there. And on this side... Oops. And just our luck, it turns to night now when we would like to test it. What is going on here? Oh, yeah, that's why. Yeah. So, space, boom, boom. At night, it will organize itself. We can put on top, but nah, it's cool. Then what we need is the igniter. Igniter will go over there. And then when you switch this on, that should happen. Because it needs to light the hydrogen gas up. Cool. So then when we pop water down here... Don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay. When we pop water down here, it should... The electrodes should heat up. It's going to make oxygen gas and hydrochloric gas. We'll see. Is it hydrofluoric? Stop it. Hydrogen gas. That's the one we are looking for. And with hydrogen gas, we will then with input, with electrolysis, it is going to give us very high heat. So yeah, let's just wait for that when we use it. Then what I want to do is I want to then close this off. This is quite manual now because I need to figure out a way to separate the oxygen gas and turn that back into a liquid. Oxygen gas at minus 82. Then oxygen, liquid oxygen, can we turn that, shouldn't we be able to turn that into water again? Input C, carbon monoxide and oxygen gas makes carbon dioxide. Hydrogen gas, oxygen gas makes steam. If you heat up steam enough, then it should turn into water. Over here, yeah. At 37 Celsius, it should turn into ammonium gas, water and seawater. Or into sodium carbonate and, yeah, see, it's carbon dioxide. Yeah, see, it gets very complicated, but I would like to know how to turn oxygen gas into water, because then it can just filter itself out the whole damn time. So this is all sorted. We can switch it on. When we have power, it will then do its thing. As you can see, that electrode is flickering because we're not getting enough kilojoules out. Okay. Before we continue, let us then set up the heat system. Are we going to go... Let's go like this, and I'm just doing it for... to make it equal. There we go. And it's going to turn into day now because it is auto-saving. There we go. So what we do then is turn it on. As you can see, pop water down. It's going to make oxygen gas and hydrogen gas. If you set that on, it's going to turn the hydrogen gas on. And as you can see, it goes high very quickly. That is above the clay. See, that's the ceramic wall. Just above that, it's not fantastic, but the more water you chuck down, the higher the, see, there's steam as well, the higher the heat. 10,000, 12, 13, 14, 15,000 Celsius. And there we've got, see, so I don't know how to have it so that the heat goes through. We've got this glass over here. This heat resistant glass wall. Does it? Yeah, 31,000 Celsius. But we need boron. Heat resistant. Yeah, see. Does it let heat through though? I don't know, because we need a conductor that heats so that heat goes through. Let's just switch that off. That's the one thing we need. And as you can see, the cable broke. So we're going to have to get heat resistant cable as well. But that's quite expensive. Heat resistant wire. Yeah, we need boron. I don't have that yet. So let's just make normal copper wire again. I'm going to craft a bunch of it. Middle mouse button on the thingy and it will just pop it down again. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And if you don't like the wavies of it, you can just put it off by gameplay. Yar. Switch, where is it? Heat attached camera. So if you do that, it makes that weird so you can just turn it off in gameplay because it irritated me and I couldn't do anything. Did I now turn it off? Yeah. Extinguish burning. Yes. Pick up log verse. Yeah, it was. Or was it? I don't know. It was somewhere around here, but you can turn it off. Okay. Whatevs. We've got enough copper wire. That's cool. Water is cool. Now we need to set up this so that it makes the stuff we need. Because like I said, I would like to get the backpack and that. But before we do that, let's rather get this... what's it called? Blender gun. Because then when we have the blender gun, we can then... At 9, we can then blend it ourselves without putting blenders in there. So that is going to be strontium oxide with carbon, right? Yeah, strontium oxide with carbon. Let's pop that. Ignite that. Pop water in there. Strontium oxide with carbon. Ow! That's too much carbon though, but okay, cool. And we need to get the strontium then. Pop more down and give us more strontium. Fantastic. Put all of that off. We can keep this on permanently. And again, copper wire has popped. So then we just build it there. Ta-da! We should have enough now. Yes, baby! And now you can see it's going to blend stuff. And you can increase and decrease the size of this as well. Keep it on 6. Nice, nice apple slice. So this is pretty much our heat thingy. And if you want to separate your oxygen gas, you can actually do it like this, where... Let's just move it a tiny bit further away. Like that. Because the oxygen gas does become a pain in the bum. Then you can have the match filter. We don't have a lot of that. I wish I could select it here. Match filter. Got so many. Cool. I'm just going to turn that off for a second. I said turn that off for a second. Break this wall. Grab that. And then, yeah. I wish I could select the filter here already before placing it. Because now I need to go in, press P, and then say oxygen gas. And that I need to do for each and every damn filter. Which is okay, but I wish I could have selected it beforehand. And then just have it ready so that I don't have to do this permanently. But it's okay, I guess. And this will then automatically... Oops. This will automatically then take oxygen gas out. And if you wanted, you can have another match filter over here to only allow hydrogen. But the problem with that is that if it makes steam here at the top, it is going to automatically pop that... it's not going to let that steam come down once it turns into water again. So yeah, I think this will be fine. Yeah, it's going to go up directly though. So that might be a stupid thing. Otherwise, we can grab the oxygen gas from here and pop it up. So the steam and oxygen gas. So then we make a non-match filter, which is don't match hydrogen gas. Let me quickly do that. So while we're busy at night, I want to make this backpack level 2. That is strontium, and the strontium needs the strontium oxide, and that is from Celestine, and that you can get on level 1 and 2 of the stuff. So the first digging level, and yeah, it looks like these crystals. So I'm going to get a bunch of that so that we can quickly make more strontium. We need a bunch of it so that we can just get this backpack up. And then once it's day again, we can continue with our stuff so that we can make more stuff. Because what I want to do at the end of the day is I want to make a nuclear bomb, to be honest. And as well as I want to make white phosphorate. and white phosphor, it needs quite a bit of stuff. And yeah, because that should burn through everything. So yeah, let me grab these things and then we can continue at when it's day. And we don't have to use that for everything the whole time. That is for high heat only. So we just need to chuck the Celestine in here. I might be saying it wrong. Celestine, yeah, it looks right. To make strontium and strontium oxide. So the non-match filter is gone. The non-match filter, just again, it is for here and it is set up to not match hydrogen. So when we've got hydrogen up here, it's not going to go in there, but oxygen gas and steam and that will go in here. We can then cool down the steam or the oxygen gas and then let the water come in through here at the bottom in the future when I know now how exactly. Let's just chuck all of that in there. We need the strontium. Strontium oxide. Yeah, we need the strontium oxide that will be mixed with carbon. So let's just do that. That's just going to be extra Celestine. And that is at that temperature. So strontium oxide, pop that in, pop the carbon in. And then we use the blender. So much easier. Damn. I just want to grab the strontium. And Bob's your uncle. So easy. Damn. Just don't have enough yet. Strontium. So, yeah. Let's go and grab more because we don't have enough Celestine. Okay. I'm just highlighting the Celestine deposit and now we can see where it actually is. And this is quite big. It's not just the crystals. It's nodes inside the world as well. So that's great. I want the ruby because we are here and there's more. All this gravel I'm going to chuck down. I don't need it now. And at least we're gonna get it in the future if we need. So yeah, all good in the hood. We've got a bunch now, 1.2k. That should be enough for now. We'll see, we'll see. I'm just gonna grab this and Yari's a mine out anyway. So yeah, I'll come back for you, loves. And I needed more charcoal, so I just quickly am changing the trees and that. And nuts. Let's just grab more of it. Nuts. Yeah, with more than enough. So I just placed down a path of dirt and then another path of dirt and destroyed it with a crowbar, and now it's dirt. Then I'm just going to grab the nuts and make a line of that. And it's going to pop down and organize all of that. Fantastic. Let's just pop down more dirt. That's going to be at 1. That's too much. And then another nut. There we go. Cool. That can we can come back for in the future for more trees and charcoal. Cool, so we've got the strontium done. Now we need the aluminium. The aluminium is the alumina, which we don't have much of, and carbon. And the alumina, we can also do molten alumina. Also don't have much of it. Alumina is then with ferrochrome and aluminium. Why do we want to... We're trying to make aluminium. See, then we've got lepidolite with molten alumina, ruby with molten alumina and molten chromium. Just rust and... Yeah, why do we want to make... Okay. Ferrochrome and... No. Let's get... Alright, let's just first get this stuff sorted. So, we're gonna go alumina... Not a lot, to be honest. Ferrochrome, also not a lot. Shucks. Cool, so, my bad. For alumina, we need the lepidolite. Lepidolite is through the deposit, and the deposit is in the second level, the blue area, and we've got a bunch here. So let me quickly go and mine that, and then we can come and make the alumina. Yeah, molten alumina. And while I'm here at the bottom, I'm also getting borax, because with borax, we can make boron. So yeah, and I'm getting radium. I don't know what radium is going to be for. Yeah, uranite. So is it going to be the start of our nuclear stuff? Where is it? But yeah. Borax is then what we get. So yeah, if we heat it up, we get boric acid. Then the boric acid, we heat it up again with some boric acid and boron acid. Well, boric acid, then we get boron oxide and steam. Boron oxide then gives us boron. So it is, and magnesium oxide. So it is a step, but yeah. Where is the rudium? That's what I'm talking about. What we get, I don't know. If you know what if you know what we get from rubidium, then please let me know. And I'm also getting this vanadite, because that is what we're going to need for our next drill. The next drill is going to be much stronger, and it's going to help us get into the next phase of the mining. So now we need to heat up this lepidolite with 550C. It's going to give us molten alumina, molten silica, steam, and hydrofluoric acid gas. And we can pop it in here because it's not a problem, because we're going to definitely be able to have the temperature of 550. Molten potassium oxide. See, I'm looking for that molten alumina. That one. But we can grab the others as well. And there's going to be water in there because it drops the steam and then it comes down. So yeah. Lepidolite, please don't. Yeah, see, it gives us a bunch of stuff the whole time. And we need a bunch of alumina, because we need the alumina to cool down into the molten alumina to cool down into alumina. Mix that with carbon, and it's going to give us molten aluminium, and that aluminium is going to turn into aluminium, and Bob's your uncle. So let me stand here for a bit, get maybe like 500 molten alumina, and then go from there. You know what? I want to mess around with this thing. Let's pop that down there. Put this on, pop water in there, and light it up. That should give us a whole bunch of the molten stuff a lot quicker. And as you can see, oxygen gas, this should actually go up, not down. Oxygen gas and steam is going in there, and this will stay hydrogen. It's at 6,000 Celsius. Why is it not melting? Damn it. Molten silica. Potassium. Damn, okay. Let's pop down more water. The surface temperature is 10,000 Celsius. I don't know what ceramic can withstand. Ceramic wall can withstand what temperature though? It doesn't tell me. Damn, okay. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. See, hydrogen is going in there. I don't know why. Okay, wavy pixel heat is in display. There we go. Thank goodness. Okay, let's grab all of the stuff that is not, and that. Okay, cool. That is not lepidolite. Just continue with that. We can put some of these heating pads at the top here as well if we want. But let's just use the blender and blend all of this down. I don't want water in here though, but it's making its own water. So yeah. And it's gonna die out anyway because we don't have any sun. So yeah. That copper wire would be broken, so let us just plonk it down. No, plonk it down again. Cool, it's daytime again. I am just doing a whole lot more things so that we can get it a lot faster. I need to pop water in here. Don't have a lot of water. It's gonna light it up, do its thing, and I just changed that thing around so it pops in the steam and oxygen. And I am out of water. Okay, cool. See, this is... it's quite hot, but it doesn't look like it's doing much. So yeah, then just grab everything and pop more down. Pop more down. And over here, same thing. But what I can do though is go hydrogen gas. I've got hydrogen gas times 2. I don't know what that does. Oh, and the wire broke. There we go. Haha. Until I can get high heat wire. Cool, and it is going up much quicker, so that's awesome. Well, this is at least working. The oxygen, well, the steam is turning into water, and then the water is coming down and making more. So I'm happy about that. Now we need to make the aluminium. So alumina, when we heat it up, it's going to turn into molten alumina, which is fine because either of them with 3 carbon will then make us molten aluminium as well as carbon monoxide. So while it's night, I quickly want to put a roof on here because I want to catch the carbon monoxide for future. This is going to turn off now, so that's okay. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. It's fine. The steam is going to make water, which is fine. Awesome. Let us start with this. Turn that on, and this aluminium and stuff will then turn into whatever. Well, then we can just grab the aluminium. So I'm gonna pop this molten stuff in here, the molten alumina, some carbon, and I'm just going to blend it all. It should turn into aluminium. Yes! Awesome! Pop all of that there and blend. This blending gun helps so much so that you don't have to worry about putting blenders in and things like that. But yeah, we need 500 aluminium. So I don't think we're going to be able to make 500 aluminium with the carbon we have. Because we are out of carbon. Is that? Oh, that's molten aluminium. Ha! Fantastic. Pop down more water. Blend. And yeah, I need to really get heat resistant. Not ceramic. I want the copper that's in there. Heat resistant wires, because damn. Yeah, molten aluminium. We can then just continue blending this. Pop down more molten. Yeah, I don't have enough carbon. Let's quickly go and make more. We need a lot of aluminium. That is all the way. Oops, this side. Oh my word. grab all of this. And yeah, 1k should be fine. Let's quickly get here. Quickly. Pop carbon in there. Blend it. Ow! Something burnt me. See, that is gone again. So let's place that. Switch it on. Hey, come on. Molten copper. Just pick the stuff up, brother. Yeah, it keeps melting now. So we need to definitely get that heat resistant high heat cables. Let's see. So much. Oh, fantastic. I'm just using everything that's okay and sorting all of this out. Let's just clean up there. Molten aluminium. And this blender gun is amazing. So much. Thank you so much for telling me in the comments. I read and reply to each and every one of the comments. That turns into... Okay, and then there's a tiny bit of hydrogen off gas just popping into there, but it's okay. That was amazing. Even molten copper, but I don't care for that. Let's just turn that there. And then we've got 1,100 aluminium. Damn. Well, molten aluminium, and then just the normal aluminium. Let's just grab all of that, and Bob's your uncle. Backpack. Where's my strontium? Oh, in the shop. Because I had to clean myself out a bit. And there we go. Bigger backpack, baby. Next is cobalt and chromium. Yeah. Jetpack, yeah. So let me know what you want to see next. I am not sure. And let me know as well what other games you would like to see me play. This is amazing thing because now we can just say like, next up we want this. So we can put that and it shows the whole recipe at what the degrees is. So we've got the molten steel, vanadium carbide. That means we need vanadium and carbon. That will give us those. That means we need the something that we collected. So we can make it with aluminium, but just carbon. So vanadium dioxide and vanadium pentoxide, and that is with vanadium itself. So yeah, vanadium itself. Then we go here, we say, well, we right click, pop it into our inventory, pop it there. It's going to melt. Hey, we've got chlorine. Ha, cool. That's going to heat up. Then it's going to give us the vanadium we want. The pentoxide, yeah. We need the pentoxide. Then the pentoxide is going to be used with carbon to make the vanadium dioxide. The vanadium dioxide with carbon is going to make the vanadium. The vanadium with carbon is going to make vanadium carbide. The vanadium carbide with molten steel is going to make the molten vanadium carbide steel and molten steel. So vanadium carbide steel, that's gonna have to cool down, and then we can get the next drill. So that might be our next step. And then I want to maybe do the rocket as well. See, iodine. Yeah, I need to mine a bunch. Just go and vein mine a bunch of these things, come back, vein mine more, so on and so forth, so that we can just get a lot of resources done. But yes, that is where we're going to end this episode, where we have made this amazing heater right here. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. Again, if there is a different game you want to see me play as well, I would love to play it. I am looking at Oxygen Not Included. I do have all the DLCs and so on and so forth. Let me know what you think. That said, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, comment down below, and consider becoming a member. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.